All right. All right. Mic check. Can you hear me, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right. Welcome, one and all. Okay. Oh, okay. I see your message, Daniel. All right. I wish them all the best. Yeah. So, let's see. You have started your studio projects already? Your final project?
There was really concept developments and precedents.
Cool, cool, cool. All right. Making progress.
Sir, they said Tuesday's interim. Our basis Tuesday.
Tuesday. All right. Let's see. Tuesday is the 24th. Let me take a look on our schedule. Computing, advanced computing 2. All right, so let's see where we're at now. Today is the 22nd. So 22nd, we are just about right here. So we're going to be looking at cinematography. Tuesday for you guys will be the 25th. Yeah. All right. Well, we are well, So guys, let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. Are you coming to class on Monday? Just answer me honestly.
No, sir.
No, sir.
No, sir.
Oh wow.
No, sir.
You know, but guess what, guys? The only reason I ask you this is because I've been at CSA for a while. By right, you guys are supposed to say, sir, XYZ, we're anticipating that there might be some, you know. So you guys were the ones that's supposed to bring it up, not me. Right?
Sir, they're very shy as a group.
No, man, I don't have to do that, man. So let me tally up the damage here now. Okay, so we're supposed to do, we're starting the virtual camera on Monday. Oh man. All right, so the virtual camera, this is where we're going to use, where we are going to use AI to generate some stuff and use it to do the virtual camera stuff. Because that leads us into the next assignment. Let me see if that goes to the 25th. Well, tell you what, guys. I'm not going to change the timeline. You can still finish your assignment 3 because it's really simple. And the fact that most of you are at class today, you should be able to finish assignment 3 like by tomorrow. You can literally go out tomorrow and do it, and I'll show you why. It's going to take you about an hour. 2 hours. It's going to take you 1 hour to take the picture, another hour to edit it, right? Then what we will do is assignment 4, we were going to talk about that on Monday, but we will put that on Saturday. All right, guys. So I think we are able to we'll put that for Saturday, and what we'll try and do, we'll try and double up on the next week Saturday's class so that we can catch up back with the timeline. All right, guys.
Repeat that part.
We will double up next week Saturday, meaning what we miss on Monday coming, we will deal with it on Saturday, right? Meaning Saturday will be the 29th of March. So that's our next class. That's the class after Monday. So definitely ensure that you guys come on Saturday because it's going to be a new topic, right? We finished with the physical camera as of today, right? So we're going to the virtual camera, and that is where we start to look into things that links to 3D animation like twin motion and Lumion and that kind of stuff. And we have some critical class activities. We have to try and squeeze all of them in on Saturday, being that from the looks of it, most of you are not going to come on Monday. Or you could come on Monday and we try to have a short class so that we don't pressure Saturday. What do you guys think?
Sound good, sir.
Yes, sir, that's better for me.
Right, because the Saturday thing go up to the night and we try not to do that necessarily. So if you guys can promise me to come Monday, then I will make you a deal. I will promise you that the class won't be long. What do you say to that?
Yes, sir.
All right.
Yeah,
All right. I see two thumbs up. Give me one more thumbs up and I will. Okay, cool. So I see 3 thumbs up. So, all right, I'm seeing a lot. Great, guys. So we'll try and do that. And that will be good because then we won't have to pressure Saturday. And guess what? We are literally coming to the end of the semester. Assignment 3, that's the one that is due next week. It's really short. It's really simple. But assignment 4 is kind of critical. It is also simple, but that is where you're going to gain the most value for architecture, right? Because now we're going to be doing stuff in Lumion and Twinmotion, and you're going to need to know that stuff to do the final project, right? We're going to talk about the final project like next week. So the final project, when do we discuss the final project? Okay, week 11. Final project is in week 11. All right, good. we're good. If we keep to the schedule and you guys come on Monday, I think we'll be good. Yeah. All right, cool. Okay, guys. So I'm hoping everything is going according to plan. We're going to be looking on the assignment 3. Assignment 3 is theory heavy, but the actual assignment is very light, right? Meaning for the last 3 weeks, we have looked on, understanding camera and specifications. We look at understanding lighting, and now we're just wrapping up camera movements. And these last 3 weeks, this is supposed to give us a full understanding. Well, including the assignment, we should all now be mini Spielbergs by the end of this assignment, right? Everybody knows Spielberg, right? Anybody? Give me a movie that Spielberg did. Yeah, Steven Spielberg. Tell me a movie that he did. Anybody?
Jurassic Park.
All right, cool. Give me another one. Somebody else.
Can you repeat the question?
Give me a movie that Spielberg did. Steven Spielberg.
Did he do Ready Player One, sir?
Yep, he did Ready Player One. That's the one. That's the one where the virtual reality thing. Right. Anyway, the point is that we're going to be applying some of the stuff that he uses. Well, not him specifically, but film in total, and inject that into architecture. So we are on the last chapter of our journey through the physical camera, and we're going to be looking at cinematic camera movements. So I want us to take a look at this.
The veranda. A place for gathering and welcoming. A meeting place where stories are shared.
I am very proud.
A forum for open debates and a place where histories are witnessed.
First meeting of the new Parliament of Jamaica.
It is a place of togetherness and community.
On behalf of the Parliament of Jamaica, our new Parliament has been opened.
The Grand Veranda is situated to overlook the memorials of the National Heroes Park. The building draws from the importance of the veranda as an integral part of Jamaican lifestyle and architecture, but at a larger civic scale. Jamaica Houses of Parliament rises from the ground as a beacon of hope, resilience, and empowerment.
All right. Now, anybody recognize this presentation? Know what it's about? What was that, Millie?
I don't know.
You don't know? Anybody?
The new Parliament building.
Aha! It is. So this was a couple years ago, and you had different local architects, well, and some overseas architects. A lot of them partnered with overseas architects to bid for this project. Anybody know who won?
Vidal.
Nope. Not because I'm showing his video. Though it would help because I usually show this in the advanced computing class. But no. Anybody know who won this this competition?
Sir, is this the same one with the League ng Vice-Civilian?
Right. There were no, but there is another one that I think that used that concept.
Oh.
Right. So it was actually Design Collab that won, right? Can I show you that where is it? Oops, not that one. This one. Let me see if I can up here. A good friend from school was the lead. Well, not the lead, but you could say the kind of second in command at the firm that one. I'm trying to remember where. Okay, here it is. Here it is. No, not that.
Wait, so this is the bidding for the new parliament design.
Right.
Christopher Ben's Christopher Ben's team.
Who? No, you're asking who? You're telling me who won?
Yeah.
No, it was Design Collaborative.
Design collaborative. Well, Christopher Bent was on the team.
Oh. Okay, well, you have to say the name of the firm.
Oh,
So,
my bad.
right.
Sorry, yeah.
Right. So yeah, so this was the one that won. Here we go. Right. Everybody pretty much had an animation for this competition, but if I was to give an award for the best but most all-inclusive presentation, I think as it relates to what we're discussing now, that's why I bring up Vidal's team. All right. Anyway, that's the one that won. Nice design too. It's going to be very interesting for this construction, because it has a lot of cylindrical shapes. Right. They also did a model. Come on. Really? Okay. Yeah, why don't you want me to open it? Okay, let's try this another way. All right. Let's do it this way. All right, cool. So we looked at that. Oh man, that's so small. Yeah, that's really. Yeah, these.
I believe it's on Art Daily, so I can look at that one.
Say again?
I think it's on Art Daily.
Oh, it's on Art Daily, exactly.
Yeah.
Anyway, I want to just jump back on to our regular scheduled program. So this was one of the presentations, and if you notice, I feel good to know that some of the persons that put this presentation together was, of course, also went through advanced computing too, right? So this was, I've been doing advanced computing too for the last 12 years, 10 years, 12, somewhere near that. So I feel good to know that some of the lessons from Advanced Computing 2 was applied here. So what I want to kind of focus on is notice that there is a kind of live action scene that is discussing the veranda, right? And yes, they did more than likely subcontract this out, or some of them actually work with the persons that film this, right? But notice the live action element to set the tone for the presentation. The concept is a veranda, and it kind of started with some live action preview of how the veranda is used, which I think was pretty cool. They even got some actors, you know what I mean? Didn't have to have much of a script in terms of saying anything, but you get the idea of what's happening here. Now, what I want to point out to you guys is some of these camera angles is what we're going to discuss, right? And notice how that concept leads into the animation. Now, we're going to do something like this for our final presentation, but it is going to be, I dare challenge you that it's going to be even better. Granted, not necessarily better in quality, because maybe the cameras that were used to do this were quite expensive. More than likely, it's probably not a cell phone, but nevertheless, some of these techniques we're going to look at, right? And right, so I wanted to show you that example quickly. Then remember, we saw this example that I showed you guys a couple of, maybe last week. And if you notice, there's transitions, and there's a lot of different camera views. And notice that there is I would like to call it a specialness in how the camera views are done, right? And it is the same kind of thing that was used in the presentation that you saw earlier. Now, if we break this down, we're going to look at just 4 of them, right? And we're going to call this is the cinematic camera movements. And these cinematic camera movements, we're going to look at them as they relate to a physical camera, right? And then you guys are going to do some of these for me. It's just some 5-second clips. It's really easy, but it also requires a little bit of practice. I guarantee you, once you get this good, your rendering is going to be even better, right? So the first one that we're going to look at is the push-in.
When I'm out shooting nature style videos and I want to capture a landscape, and instead of just popping the camera on a tripod, I'll just give a nice slow push in that gives it a little bit more movement and makes things a little more interesting. It also helps when you can add people to the shot. Anything that can create some more movement to me just brings it to life. I also like using this shot to open up a location or a video. This is probably one of the most common shots we use, but it really does make things more cinematic when most people would just stick it on a tripod.
So that is the push in. It is so simple. I think maybe one of the tricks to doing this kind of shot is the speed. You have to try and manage the speed and also the smoothness. Notice how these shots are smooth. And that's going to be maybe the only main challenging thing with this assignment. Well, to be honest, for those of you who have iPhones, you have a little bit easier of a life, all right? Anybody here have iPhones? Who have an iPhone here? Milene? All right. Terrell? All right. Anybody else? Nobody else have an iPhone? You don't have to be the latest one. Any iPhone. Janelle? Yeah, I see you. And then Roy? All right, cool. So all of you, I'm going to mark your work twice as hard. Deal?
Sir, is I extend me off?
No, sir. Mm-mm.
All right. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to do that. But in terms of smoothness, there are two ways that we're going to make the video smooth. One of them is going to be you actually holding the camera, the phone to very smoothly. And the other one is going to be software. So we're going to look at using a software. It's a free software. It's DaVinci Resolve. And look at how we can use that software to smoothen the shots. We're going to try and see if we can do that today. I think what I'm going to do is just preview it. What happened is that when you guys go out and do the shot, then you're going to run it through the software and use the options to make it smoother. Oh Lord, did I uninstall DaVinci? Oh boy. Okay, I need to install it back quickly. When did I uninstall it? Okay, now if you want to follow along, you can download it. Maybe don't download it while we're in class because it's going to hog your internet speed. It's free. It's free to use. But don't worry, you can always rewatch this at a later time. Second here. Okay. Anybody ever heard of DaVinci? DaVinci Resolve. That's the name of it.
Yes, sir, I have it. And I've used
Okay.
it before.
Nice. Good. So you can help out some of your classmates and you can charge them a KFC, right?
Okay.
Right. So, as I said, it's free to download. Here we go. Right. So I'm going to show you a little later because, oh, no, cancel. 'Cause I am just reinstalling it now. Right. Now, we're not going to dive into using the program fully. We're just going to look at how to make it smooth. All right, let's continue. This one is the pullout.
Most commonly used to pull out is to reveal something, like this case in Dubai, I'm revealing these awesome pillars. Or in the Snoller coaster, as this guy comes sledding by, I'm revealing all the people that are there watching him. Or when I reveal this lady holding the ball for Lords of Gravity to throw down with. So though I don't use this move as much, it's definitely a good one to throw in to mix things up and give it a new look, and especially when you want to reveal something. Number 3 is probably my favorite move.
All right. Now,
that I love using more than
this one, and don't worry, I'm going to show you some examples of this when we finish. Oops. Wait. You're going too fast.
keeping them in the same spot in my frame. It gives it this look that they're not moving, but everything behind them is moving. And it's one of my favorite looks because it helps you focus in on your subject, but it gives you a ton of movement of things in the background. Keeping them in
this shot, guys, this is probably one of the most important architectural shots that you can master, whether with the physical camera or the real camera. The reason why it's so important architecturally is because this shot, the parallax, it shows you what's happening around you. So look at this one. Let me show you this one here. Look at these two people walking, but then look at how you can show the environment. The camera starts here and gives a full, well, not full, but a kind of a panorama, right? So you get to see what the environment is like. Now, that shot is super useful when you want to show your context, but when you want to focus on a subject. So, for example, if a car is driving in to your development entry, you have your studio project, maybe it's about the entrance into your studio project. rather than just having the shot stay stationary, a parallax can show you a full environment, but it's still concentrated on a subject, like what you see in here. Now, in this case, you see some other things, but look at the environment. All of these shots give you a full kind of appreciation for what is surrounding the subject. All right, cool. So that is the parallax. This one is the rise up. Very simple shot.
At my brother's wedding, I wanted to replicate a jib going right over their heads, so I just pulled that glide cam straight up. It's a great shot that I like to use a lot of times for opening and closing scenes.
Now think about it, guys. How much movies have you guys seen that
Wedding, I
starts
wanted
like,
to replicate
and the movie kind of starts like this? In a world.
Yeah, it's always a Marvel movie.
You understand? It's like a very dramatic thing, but this is not just for the movies, guys. Like, this is also for presenting your architecture, right? Like, and these are the tricks that they use that makes it's subconscious, and it makes you just it gives you that cinematic feel. Anyway, let's continue. All right, let's look at the reveal.
again, and I'll usually only use this shot if there's something looking upwards to glide against, like in those buildings or these power lines. Or in this case, the birds just kept coming, so I never even looked.
Does this look familiar to anybody? Where have you seen this shot used before? Come on, guys. I don't remember.
Was it a video?
Yeah. Which one?
Of the dog.
Was it used in that one? I don't remember. Let's see. I don't think. Did it have a reveal? All right. Which one is this one that you're looking at now? Which one of the cinematic angles is that one? Can anybody tell me?
Sir, pull in.
No, it's push in and pull out. You have to get the titles right because you're going to label your shots when you submit them to me. All right? Yeah, they didn't do it in this one. But does anybody recognize this one? Looks familiar now?
Yeah.
All right. So let's head back here. So the reveal. Now here is the beauty about the reveal. It is revealing something to the audience, meaning what you're showing them is not in the frame yet, and it builds up a sense of anticipation. It's very subconscious, guys. Like all of these things that I'm showing you, I'm basically giving you the tools to dabble with people's emotions. Because these subtle movements, if you do them right, they can trigger an emotional response. The same kind of emotional response when you see like a fighting scene in, I don't know, Marvel or something. Why not trigger those emotions for your design studio, right? Get the lecturers excited. I think it will influence your grade as well, right? All right.
How long you start uploading videos first?
Say again?
You have to allow us to start uploading videos first.
Well,
or showing videos.
Remember, how we started this whole discussion of the physical camera. We started with still images. And remember, we looked on how do you get still images looking cinema. It's the same kind of approach for moving pictures. So you don't necessarily have to be submitting an animation. Even if you're just doing regular renderings, remember the rule of thirds and all of these things that we looked on last week, they still apply to renderings. All right. All right. Where were we? We were here. Now, what I'm going to show you how to do now, I'm going to show you some tips in how you can capture these shots with your camera, right? And normally, like if I'm doing the class in person, we would go outside and then I would demo it for you, like in real time. But we're not going to be doing that this semester. So I have videos that I use because sometimes this class goes in person and sometimes it's online, it varies. Sometimes I kind of prefer showing you the video because it's ideal. Sometimes the weather is not good or it's just not ideal to go outside. So we're going to be doing it virtual this time around. So let me show you this.
Handheld camera moves for you using nothing but a smartphone. Camera moves that will instantly give your footage that high-end premium look and make any property stand out. But with that out of the way, let's jump straight into this tutorial with camera move number 1. The establisher. Okay, camera move number...
Now, what I want you to realize here is depending on where you're doing your research, they have different names. Now, the names I gave you, reveal, push in, pull out, those are, I would say, the generic name, but then people can give it more artistic names. So in this case, when they say the establisher, and let me show you that preview without sound. What kind of, yeah, here it is. What kind of, everybody saw that? Let me do it one more time. Let me do it one more time. Here we go. All right, everybody saw that?
Yes, sir.
All right. All right, let me do it one more time. This is it. All right, here comes your question. Which one of these, where are my shots? Yeah. That shot that I just showed you, which one of these would it fit more? Between push out, pull out, sorry, push in, pull out, parallax, rise up, reveal.
Reveal.
Somebody got it right. Let's hear. Who was it that said it? Was it Allison? It was. Oh, Maken. Yeah, what was it, Maken? What did you say?
I said reveal.
Exactly. It's a reveal, right? But they call it establisher. So what it comes back to this list, guy. What I've given you here is what you call the fundamental list. You can give it any names you want, but it's pretty much these angles. So let's go back here. All right. So let's take a look on this and then we will continue. I wish I could play this without
one. The establisher. Okay, camera move number 1 is the establishing shot. Really important, this one, as it instantly sets the scene. Find some foreground, frame your shot, and then reveal it. I went for a slider shot with this one, but an up movement or crane shot works just as well. Okay, next up is the room establisher. Super easy, this one. Frame your shot, walk forwards.
And that's
Move at a nice consistent pace and then slow your footage down by 50%. This creates super smooth movements, perfect for any room. Okay, the tilt down, push forward, a little bit more advanced this one. Start with your camera pointing up and tilt down whilst walking forwards. Also remember, with all of these camera movements, try to adhere to the ninja walk technique.
Very
Heel toe, knees slightly bent. This will ensure nice, smooth movements. If any of these shots feel a little long, you can always add a speed ramp. This really grabs your audience's attention and increases the production value of your videos. Okay, number 4, the door frame push through. This is an absolute classic and works in any property. Simply push your camera through a door frame and into a room. No need to walk with this shot, simply lean in using your upper body and extend your arms. This shot is perfect if you just want a quick shot of each room. Also, you can take this shot to the next level by tilting down whilst leaning forwards. This shot works great in tight spaces because it allows you to see more of the room. The room slider. Don't worry, you don't need a slider with this one, but we are going to replicate that slider look. Frame your shot. This works best at waist height in kitchen areas, and move your camera horizontally as smoothly as you can. This shot can really help give your footage that premium feel, as it's something usually associated with film and television. Use foreground with this shot to help accentuate your movement. Bonus tip, make it up. Take this shot here, for example. In order to do this room justice, I felt I needed to include the mezzanine level, the huge windows letting in all this natural light, and show off the sleeping
Oops. Come on, man.
area all in one shot. So I just made it up.
Guys, with what movement is this one? Who can tell me? Who can tell me?
Parallax.
Parallax.
Exactly. That's the parallax. That's the parallax right there. Good.
Rooms and see what works best. The pullback reveal. Okay, we're getting a little bit more creative now, but this is about as far as you want to push it when it comes to property tour videos. Frame your focal point, tilt down whilst walking backwards, keeping nice and steady. Use this shot to help reveal different areas in the property and create a bit more intrigue in your shots. Again, you don't need to walk with this shot, try just using your arms to create the movement. The tilt down crane. A bit more advanced this one, but it's worth learning. We're tilting, we're leaning, we're sliding, we're combining multiple camera movements to create a shot that isn't seen often and can really add to the production value of your video. The worktop slider. Most properties will have a worktop, and if it's got an island, even better. Take advantage of this by using that worktop as a way of stabilizing your footage. Simply slide your camera along the surface and create super smooth shots that are a perfect way to show off any features in the kitchen. The hallway speed ramp. We deliberately want to shoot a long shot for this, and it's important to keep the camera as steady as possible throughout. We're going to push forward down the hallway and then turn into one of the rooms. Keep your movement smooth and consistent. Then in the edit, start in real time and speed ramp down the hallway and play at 50% speed as you enter the room. This is a great way to give your viewer a better feel.
I don't know if we'll get into
layout, whilst also giving your footage that next level professional edge. Okay, I've saved the best for last, the pro finish. This is one of my all-time favorite ways to end a property tour video. Crouch down with your camera low to the ground, use foreground, slowly stand up and reach as high as you can, holding your shot at the end for a minimum of 5 seconds. This shot creates a beautiful crane-like movement, rising up to reveal the heart of the property, whilst also leaving enough time at the end for you to add property information and contact details.
All right, so let me tell you a secret, guys. This is a general secret. Most of the videos, most of the tutorials that you see on YouTube, well, you guys probably experience this. It's not necessarily as simple as your video person would let it be. Anybody ever experienced this yet? Yeah, they do something and you say, oh, this is really simple. And then when you try it, you know, everything from Photoshop to doing something, I don't know, using the computer or correcting an error, it looks fine on screen, but when you do it, it's like it's not really working. Anybody ever experienced that?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Well, what I can tell you is that that's the difference with watching something online and then having a live class. Because what you will find is that when you go to do this and you look on your footage, it's going to look horrible. Like, it's not going to look as nice as this. I can guarantee you that. If you have the iPhone or you have a modern phone that have video stabilization, maybe you'll have a little bit more. But even with video stabilization, it's going to be kind of jittery and weird, and it's just not going to look like the video. It's the same way when you're following a tutorial for Photoshop or something, and the person does something and you do it on your computer, and for whatever reason it don't work. So you're going to have to kind of practice this, right? Exactly. Most things are done in editing. Take it from me, guys. Like, I do tutorials already of 3D printing. And yeah, when you watch the thing, oh, yeah, man. But really and truly, there are errors that happen while I'm editing. And I pause the video, correct the error, then continue recording. So if I record a 2-hour tutorial, it really took me 7 hours to do, but I edit it down to 2 hours. If a video is 10 minutes, maybe it took like 3 hours to do. And you edit it down to 10 minutes. So you who are doing this for the first time, I don't want you to get frustrated that, oh, it just doesn't look like the video. The two most challenging things is the ninja walk. It looks so simple. And even if you walk like the stealthiest ninja, when you look on your footage, you're going to be like, oh my God, this footage looks horrible. Not to worry. Remember, there are 3 solutions that we can use to stabilize the footage. One of them is try to capture it smooth in the first place. The second one is we use a feature in DaVinci. I think I might show you in Premiere Pro because I have that installed now. And I think anybody here use Premiere Pro? I think that's more popular. Adobe?
Something happened to your phone. I use it.
So we had to pay for like certain
Yes,
stuff.
sir.
Okay. So DaVinci is free, which is why I usually do that one anyway. And yeah. So the second thing to do is that you clear it up with DaVinci. And the third thing is you slow down the footage. Now, in order for you to slow down the footage, this might sound tricky. When you are doing the recording, what's the word? The best thing I can tell you is timing. And that's why I say you have to practice this. The slower you walk, the more your hands will shake. The faster you walk, the less your hands will shake. Why is that? Has anybody ever tried drawing a curve or a circle on a piece of paper? Imagine you're trying to draw a curve really slow. What do you notice? Anybody?
The lines don't come out smooth.
Exactly. If I'm trying to go really slow to draw this curve, I'm trying to be careful. It kind of come out jittery. But if I just woo, look how smooth that is. I'm using the mouse, by the way. It's the same thing when you do this process. Now, remember, guys, we're not training to be videographers and that kind of stuff. The technique is what's important, because if you get this technique physically, what you produce in the renderings will be brilliant. But you need to get this part. Plus, most times for a presentation nowadays, you might actually have footage that you need to record, right? Maybe not as high quality as what I showed you with the competition, the Houses of Parliament competition. Sometimes it could be something very simple, like you're just showing a context video, a context panorama. If you're going to do that, why not use some of the techniques that we learned here? All right. All right. So, here we go. What time is it? It's not too dark. It's 7 o'clock. Is outside dark where you guys are? Anyway,
Yes, sir.
right. You don't have to go outside to do it now. As I said, sometimes
Yes.
when we're there, we do it. What I'm gonna leave you guys doing is for you to practice, but we're going to at least do a demonstration of what the assignment is. In a nutshell, all you're doing is recording, what's it, 7 5-second clips. Where are we? We're here. Yeah. Here we go. Push in, pull out, parallax, rise up, reveal, tilt down, or up. This is or. You don't have to do both. Tracking. That's it. Now, I have given you the first 1 to 4. You guys are going to research what this is. Usually, persons, especially the last one, tracking, yeah. Make sure you research that properly, because sometimes what persons submit as tracking is not tracking. But I'm not going to show you. It's everywhere, guys. You don't have to the research that I'm telling you to do, it's like 10 minutes. You look up something and you say, oh, that is tracking. Okay, I can do that. It's basically that. Let me tell you some do's and don'ts. Do not record one long video with all of these shots. Very important, guys. If you do that, you're going to fail this assignment, right? Meaning, don't click record, do push in, then pull out, then parallax, then rise up, then reveal in one go, right? They are separate shots, and each one of them is like 5 seconds. It's very simple. So let me do a demo. Oh, wait, before I do a demo, let me see. What else do I have to show you guys? All right. Now these shots can also be done using a drone.
Welcome to the cinematic camera movements using drones, where
So
I'll be...
For example, look at this one. Let me mute that. This is a push-in. This is a reveal. Pretty cool, right? This is a push-in. Now, where this becomes important is when we do our next assignment, which is going to be the virtual camera. Because obviously, we don't have drones and you guys can't fly, so you're not going to be able to do these shots. But I'm just showing this to show you.
11 has that.
I'm just showing this to show you that these same cinematic camera shots, they are so simple. Let me show you another one. Look at this tilt down. Look at this one. That's so cool. Just a simple tilt down. Now, while you watch these, I want you to imagine that you're in Lumion or Twinmotion and you're controlling that virtual camera, right? Right? So that is the tilt down. So you can see that it is the same thing whether you're dealing with architecture or people, right? The pull out is the same thing. Look at this pull out reveal. That's so cool. So cool. Now look at the parallax, guys. The parallax, as I said, this is one of the most important architectural technique that you can get master. And if you can master this one with your phone, you should be able to do that with your virtual camera. Remember, I tell you the importance of the parallax is because it shows the environment that it's in. Wow, I would not be doing that. Not me.
11 has the super wide lens.
Right. Now, the reason I show you this, I want to show you the walk. This is what it should be like. Notice he's not walking slow. This is going to be one of the, as I said, it's the trickiest things. Please do not worry about people that are looking at you. This is your grade that we're talking about. So don't don't not capture good footage because you're worried that people are going to look at you walking like a ninja. Right? Right, guys? Right, Maken?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
You bend your knees. You have to bend your knees. You cannot walk straight. Remember, guys, when you look on it on your phone, it's going to look nice. When you put it for editing to submit it, it's going to look horrible. That's perfectly normal. All right? But try to reduce how horrible it looks because that makes life a little easier. It's like photoshopping. If you take a bad photo, you can fix it up in Photoshop. But the worse you make the photo is the more work you have to spend in Photoshop. All right? Oops. Hold on. Where are we? Right. Right. I wanted to show you the walk with this one. Notice it's not a slow speed, but it is a constant speed. Remember the example drawing a line, a curve with your hand. The slower you go, the more jittery you will be. So when you're walking like a ninja, you want to walk not slow, but not super fast. You want to walk at normal, I will say at a quickened speed. Like, like you're going somewhere, with purpose, but not like you're rushing because you're late for class. All right? And you have to bend your knees. I'm telling you guys, it looks simple in the tutorial. When you do it, just give it a few tries. Now, the last thing I want to introduce you to, I'll just spend a couple minutes and show you, is that if you plan on doing this kind of thing more often. So, for example, most of these that have to do with architecture, it is maybe showing an interior or it is, so imagine that you're doing a presentation. Let's say you're doing a before and after, right? And you need to show some footage of the before. So, one of the first tasks I got, my first day on the job, when I started working right out of school, let me see. That was what, May? My first day of school was actually, my first day of work was actually a week after my first presentation, right? And the first thing that they asked me to do is they were preparing for a competition for what was it? It was Architecture Week, and they were displaying some works that they did in Pavilion. No, not Pavilion. In Ligani. What's that one again? Oh, my brain. What's the name of the plaza in Ligani? No, not Tropical. In Ligani. That have Cineplex.
Sovereign.
Sovereign, exactly. I don't know where my brain went. So what I had to do was to drive around to the different projects. This was with Clifton Yap Architects at the time. And one of them was Doctor's Cave. So yeah, I totally just spent the day on the beach. But I did do my work. I did do it, I promise you. Right? But I drive all the way to Doctor's Cave. Why not just relax a little bit? Anyway, that's not the point. The point is that was one of the first things I did, where I needed to capture actual video and images of built works. And these techniques came into play. Now, if you find that you're doing a lot of this, for example, you might, because you're in the industry, you might find people that want to advertise for Airbnb or for architectural competition, they might come to you. Then you would need to get what's called a gimbal. Anybody ever see this before?
Yes, sir.
Oh, hold on. I need to switch it from right. So this is called a gimbal. And right. This one is a handheld one. They usually cost anywhere between 50 US to maybe like 100 US or more, depending. I'm sure there are brands that might charge you more depending, right? And what it is it helps you to get stable footage, right? Even though nowadays your modern phones have stabilization, but you just take your phone, you put it inside one of these guys here. Well, this phone is tricky because it's a flip, so don't do it with a flip. The flip doesn't work. I can find an old phone. In my bag of junk. I'll borrow my son's phone. Let me your phone. All right, thank you. Right. So here is the phone. They usually have some kind of clamp. You clamp it in. And oh, did I charge this? Maybe not. Let's see. Ah, yes, I did. Okay. And usually you have to center it a bit. Make sure that it's fully centered. There you go. And what this does, it keeps your phone steady. So notice even when I move my hands, the phone is steady. Can you guys see that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Right. So this helps you to get even more stable footage, even with the Ninja Walk, right? And even if you have this, you still have to do the Ninja Walk as well, right? I would argue that maybe if you have stabilization, you can do the Ninja Walk and you should be fine. But if you want to do less editing in post, meaning after, and you do a lot of these, then it's good to invest in something like this. And you can get really steady footage, and you don't have to, when you do the Ninja Walk a lot, it takes a lot of energy out of you. Yeah, Nikin.
So I know you talk about the Ninja Walk, sir, but when you're doing the 3D rendering, or how, like, what height distance would you consider Ninja Walk in that program or in the program?
All right, to answer the question, it's going to be like human height, but it depends. I don't want to jump the gun yet because we are literally going to do that. We're going to actually start that by next class, I think. So we'll go into that.
All right, sir.
Right, because today is the last class on the physical camera, right? Now, there are different types of gimbals, right? This one is, as I said, I would say entry level. And mid-level now is, well, I don't think I'll show you the other one now, but it's just bigger. And you can, instead of you putting a phone on it, you can put an actual mirrorless camera or SLR camera on it as well. So, for example, the footage that I showed earlier in the presentation, for that one, I used a bigger version of this that I can put my camera on, right? And as you saw earlier, when we had that whole discussion about, the difference between a phone and a camera. So the camera has a bigger sensor. So if you're able to capture footage with your camera, then you will get better footage. All right. Anyway, so this is the gimbal, and that is that. All right. So what we're going to do now, what time is it? It's we're not too bad. We're not too bad. All right, cool. Let's go back here. I think that is it for our journey into physical camera. Display 3. There we go. Right. So that is it, guys. So we covered all three. The last one that we did was doing camera angles. And you guys are going to go out and do this. Now, this is all over the internet, guys. Like if you literally I can also put on the class a direct link to this video, but there are so much videos on this stuff. If you type ninja walk cinematic camera angles, you will get a ton of results. What you have to make sure to get your grade is you have to ensure that you give me these. Now, depending on the video you watch, they're going to have different names. So that's what you need to look out for. I am going to go through, and if you have this shot, you get the grade. If you have a pullout, you get the grade. If you don't have a parallax, you miss that grade. You get what I'm saying, guys? So make sure you give me each one of these. Now,
Sorry.
Yeah, question?
Let's say you mix like a parallax with like a pullout or a push in.
Yes, you
count
can.
it as... Okay.
You can do that, and as a matter of fact, I encourage mixing it maybe when we have more time to practice. You know what I mean? Because things can get kind of muffled. When we're mixing is when we're doing the virtual camera, because naturally in Twinmotion you don't have to do a ninja walk, right? Or Lumion. So when you try to kind of mix that with all of this new stuff that you're learning, it might be tricky. And I want to we're just doing baby steps. So the main thing that you get the grade for is you just need to give me each one of these. All right. Now, how you give me this is all right, this is installing. Now, what you're going to do, what I usually recommend is you can use DaVinci to just smoothen the videos if you want, or you can use Premiere Pro. I normally, sometimes those can be a little bit complex. Why are you not working? There's an error. Okay. All right. Fine. Yeah. I got an error. I have to download it again. Oh, I see the problem. Okay. All right. I think I see the problem. I have to copy it first. Give me 1 sec, guys. Just having some challenges here. Okay. All right. What I'm doing, guys, I'm just installing DaVinci Resolve so we can talk about stabilizing the footage. There you go. Give my son back his phone. But you know, he can't survive without it for 10 seconds. Ah. Okay. All right. Looks like I'm getting through. Sorry guys, this installation is just taking a while. By the way, so you just to get DaVinci, you have to I think you have to submit your email and then it email you a link. You know, it's a little process, but you can get it. Now remember, the only reason we're using DaVinci is to smooth the footage, and you don't have to use DaVinci. Now I'm going to show you some footage that I collected. And I went outside and took these. I don't want to play it in that program. I took these with my phone. Can anybody tell me which one is this one? Are you seeing my screen?
Yes, sir.
Which one of the footage is this
Parallax.
one? Exactly, that's a parallax. By the way, guys, that's the hardest one. Especially when you're walking. All right. Let's look at this one. This is horrible because it's lean. It didn't even look that lean on the phone when I was taking it today. Not today. When I went outside. Which one is this one?
Tilt up.
Ah, no. I'm glad you guys brought that up because that's actually the rise up, which is different from the tilt up. A lot of persons, when they submit the assignment, when they give me the rise up, it's really a tilt up, and the tilt up is the rise up. So don't get them mixed up. Remember, you don't need to do tilt up and tilt down. You can do or, because there's a slash. So you don't have to do both. No. I want to show you this one. This one was done with an older phone. This phone has no stabilization. Can you guys see? What do you think? How it look? Hold on, let me make it full screen.
It's not bad. It's just shaking a lot.
Shaky.
I promise you, I am ninja the hell walking. Right? I am the smoothest ninja on planet Earth. I promise you. Do you believe me? It don't look like Christina believe me. She laughing.
So you're not shadow step at all, man, sir.
All right, laugh now, but when you go and do it, I'm warning you. All right, let's look on this one. This is a push in. You can almost see my footsteps. Can you see? Now, I did this with a Note 8 or Note 9. Right. So this represents footage that you take with your phone that doesn't have stabilization. So I'm going to be using this as the base. All right. I took some others, but I'm just, I don't want to subject you to anymore. This is a tilt down. Now the tilt down isn't so bad because I'm not walking. So this one is a tilt down. All right. Now notice all of these shots I'm showing you, they're all like 5 seconds and 4 seconds and 7 seconds, right? I want you, that is how you capture the shots. You capture them in short bursts on your phone. Do everything at least 3 times. Watch the footage on your computer and then go back out and do it again. All right? As I said, this is supposed to take you like an hour, guys, to capture. All right, now let's see. I'm gonna open DaVinci. Oh, I haven't opened it in a while. I normally use Premiere, so I've used DaVinci for a few things, but my daily driver is Premiere Pro for video editing. So forgive me if I am a little forgetful of some of the features. No, we're not going to be learning DaVinci. We just want to get the footage stable. That's it. That's our objective. If we have time, I can show you how to do it in Premiere as well. Most people, when you are doing this assignment, just use what's it called? Clipchamp. Anybody know Clipchamp?
Yes, sir.
Right.
Yes,
It's included with Windows, right? Don't go and download any like demo that will give you a watermark and that kind of stuff. Just use the built-in Clipchamp. If you're using an older version of Windows, you can go to the Windows Store and download it. It's super simple to use. It does not have stabilization, so don't depend on it for that. For stabilization, you have to use something more robust, like After Effects, Premiere Pro, or DaVinci. And of course, DaVinci is free, so that's why I'm showing you with that one. All right. Now, let me see if I can carry it over here. All right. Can you guys see my screen okay? It's not too... Is it blurry for anybody?
No, it's fine.
All right. So this is what DaVinci would look like when you open it. It looks very... What's the word? Complex. But that's okay. If you want, you can produce the whole thing in DaVinci. Remember, your objective, you're just giving me all 7 views as different videos. So video 1, cut, video 2, cut, then video 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Some people just use DaVinci to stabilize the footage and then they carry it into whatever program they use. Or if you want, I suggest those of you who have a knack for video editing, you're going to need this in your final project, and you want to learn how to use DaVinci, use this opportunity to do it. All right. All right. Now let's see if I remember how to do this. So I'm going to pick one of the footage that I had before. Let me put this over here. This is what your folder should look like. All of this is just footage that I took with my phone. And this is the old one. This is not the flip, which has stabilization, right? So if I do this with the worst one, nobody don't have any excuse, right? If you have an iPhone or a modern phone with stabilization, it should be easier for you, right? So I'm going to grab one of these. This is a parallax, or an attempt at a parallax. Remember, guys, you need to do it multiple times. Which one is this? Let me try it. All right, this is a pull out. Oh, I did take some with the gimbal. All right, look at this, guys. This is using the gimbal that I just showed you. Can you guys see that? Let me see. Can I put it side by side? Let's see. I should be able to do that if I open with here. Yeah. And let me see if I can find back this one. Oh, it's just going to okay, never mind. We'll do the side by side later because I don't want us to run out of time. What was I doing? I was grabbing a footage to use. Let's see. Yeah, I didn't label them, so that's a rise up. Let's see. It's not doing anything. I'm looking for the pushing that I did earlier. This one? This is a pull out. Okay. All right, this is a push-in. Let's use this one. It's super simple. All right, so this is an example of what you can capture, guys. I just went outside to capture this. You don't need to go you don't need to drive to anywhere special. You can just use whatever is around you. You can even do it indoor as well, but I recommend doing it outdoor. All right. All right, so I'm going to drag this in. I'm just going to drag it directly on the timeline. It's going to ask me, do I want to adapt the project to the frame rate of the footage? I'm going to say yes, change. All right, now hold on here and hit play. So you can see that's the footage there being played. All right, now if I hold Control and mouse wheel, is it that? No, Alt and mouse wheel, Shift and mouse wheel. Sorry guys, I don't remember these shortcuts. Okay, let me start from the beginning. In DaVinci, one of the first things you'll notice is down at the bottom, down here, you will see these icons. Now, how this is meant to work, it means you start here, then you go here, then you go here, then you go here, 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 and finish, deliver. That's the way that it is laid out. So first you choose your images. So media is a browser, like Windows Explorer, it allows you to browse your image. Cutting means that you just cut the footage to what you want to use. Editing is now when you actually go in now and do all of the fine tuning. Effects, this is like where you add all explosions and stuff like that. Color correction is where you know, brightness and contrast and stuff like that. Music is, well, music, to add music. And then deliver is where you render. Now, we're not going to be doing every one of these. The most that you will do is when you drag it, when you're on the cut, you would use this to edit your footage. So for example, see, I don't even remember how to zoom in. I don't even remember how to zoom in. Anyway, you can just go over to edit. And when you're in edit, you can make the footage shorter or longer. It's pretty straightforward. So I maybe will do here. Remember, you only need about 5 seconds. So you know. So let me press play on that. 4, 5. Yeah, you only need about 5 seconds, guys. Yeah, you can make it longer if you want, but it doesn't need to be more than that. Usually you don't want to start the footage when you start walking. You want to start it when you're already walking. There we go. You know what? I like this. I like the footage closer to the end. So I'm going to carry the front in more so that it ends when I'm outside. You guys notice that? I want it to end like maybe right here. And I want it to start like maybe right here. Yeah, that's good. All right. So I'm going to drag this back to my start here. Now what I want to do is I want to go to... Lord, I think it's edit. Right. Effects. So I want to go to effects. And when I go to effects, you see effects pop up here. Make this a little taller. And I want to look for, not video transitions. I want to look for effects. And then I want to look for, oh my gosh. No, it's not under effects. Oh my goodness, I have forgotten. It's under, it's not an effect I'm adding, it's a setting that I'm changing. Did I forget how to? Inspector, yes, okay. So in DaVinci Inspect, it's coming back to me now. In DaVinci Inspector is kind of like properties. So if I turn on Inspector, you see all these settings come up. And I want to scroll down to stabilization. I want to expand stabilization, and then I'm just going to click stabilize. Now there are different algorithms that you can use to stabilize. I'm just going to leave it on the default one. I'm going to max out the smoothness. You know, you can play around with these settings, and then I'm going to click stabilize. Bam. Depending on the speed of your computer, it might go fast or slow. Now I'm going to hit play. It's a little weird. What do you think, guys? Is it smoother?
It's smoother, sir, but you can see the jittering on the edges.
Right. So you need to play around with these. So maybe let's try this similarity. And let's take down the smoothness. Let's take down the strength and click stabilize again and play. Oops. Play. No, that doesn't help. Translation. Let me try that one. Stabilize. Play. No, I think perspective probably works, but all right. Strength is the how much you want the algorithm to work. Smoothness is kind of like to reduce the jitteriness, but sometimes if it's maxed out too much, your image can warp a little bit, which is what you're seeing. And cropping is simply, it's going to kind of zoom in when it stabilizes. If you notice, it kind of zooms in. The more it can zoom in is the more stable that it can get. So let's see. It helps a little bit, but it's a little weird. So if I turn off stabilization, hit play, it's a little worse. Now, here's the trick, guys. We're only doing an example of this. So as I said, this course is not teaching you to be video editors. There are some techniques when you're capturing your footage. If you capture it in a particular way, it works better with stabilization. Let me give you an example. Let's say that, Maken, you wanted to take a picture of somebody and then cut them out, right? So, Maken, if you go in front of a white background and the person is wearing a white shirt versus if the person is wearing a black shirt, which one would be easier to cut out in Photoshop? Exactly. So that is an example of, because you know how cutting out a person works in Photoshop, you would know that, oh, don't go on a white background if you're wearing a white shirt, because you're going to make my work harder later on, right? It's the same thing with stabilization. There's not enough time for me to kind of teach you these techniques. The best summary I can give you is just try to do it as smooth as possible. The algorithm will work better. All right, so let's try another one, right? Because, yeah, so let me delete this footage right here and let me see. How about this one? Can I just drag it in there? Yeah. Hold on. What happened? Drag it in here. Come on. There we go. Everybody seen that? So this is a parallax. All right, now notice this entire video, I don't need all of it. I just need the nicest parts. And I think the nicest part is when I start to rotate around this thing. So I'm going to start the video right here. I'm going to start it right here. And I'm going to end it right here. So let's hit play. All right. Now remember, guys, the objective of a parallax is that you choose a subject and then you orbit around it so that you show the environment. The whole objective of a parallax is that it's almost like you want to show the environment just as much as you're showing this object here. So I hit play. Notice I'm showing, so behind it you can see the apartment complex, you can see the clubhouse, so you're seeing the environment that is surrounding this playground, right? All right, so let's try and stabilize this. I'm going to max out smoothness. I'm going to leave it on perspective. Let's hit stabilize and let's try it now. Whoa! Oh my goodness, that's not working. All right, let me try and minimize it. All right, let's see. Yeah, it's trying, but it's not let's reduce the strength. I don't know, man. Let's see. Yeah, the perspective one is not working. Let me see. All right, let me turn it off. No, I don't think that makes a difference. Oops. All right. Hold on a second. My headset. Yes, I'm back. Okay. All right. Translation is, I don't think that's the best one for this one. I think translation is like, if the camera is moving left, then DaVinci is going to try and move your video right. So that way it cancels out the up, down, left, right movement. So I think translation is good for like if you're zooming in or pulling out. Maybe let's see. No, let me try it with camera lock and see. No, the perspective. For perspective, what it's trying to do, it's trying to match the perspective of the video. Let me see if I can give it a little bit more to work with. See if it. No, let me increase. Let me decrease the strength, the smoothness. Yeah, it's not as nice as how I would want it. Yeah, it's trying to. Okay. Now, this is why I tell you guys that you might have to do it and do it again. Let's try this reveal. Come on. Hit play. Yeah, this one isn't so bad. All right, let's see if we can even get this to be smoother. Let me stabilize. Hit play. It's a little better. It's a little better. Now, here's the other thing you can do to smooth it out. Yeah. I don't need... where is the thing here? Link clips. Yeah, I don't need the audio. Oops. I don't... Is it deleting both? Okay. You know what? Right, I don't need the audio. Let's start it from right here. Hit play. I think it's a little smoother. Let me try it without stabilization. I don't know. So what do you guys think? You think stabilization will save you?
Not saves everybody, will help clean it up.
Yeah, maybe.
Depends on the damage.
Well, you see, this is why I'm telling you that you can do some tricks to help, but it can only help so much. Now, the last thing we're gonna do is okay. So let me undo. Let me choose back one that's more challenging because that one was already smooth. Yeah, let's go with this one here. Now, the last thing we're gonna do is let's I would want to compare this with Premiere and see which one is smoother. The smoother you make it, the more it zoom. Yeah, let me down. There. All right. The next thing we can try to do now is to slow down the footage. You can do this in DaVinci as well, or you can just do it in whatever program you're going to use at the end of the day. So for example, I can go to speed change here and make it 50% the speed. Maybe 50 is too slow. You don't want it to be choppy. Let's make it 60%. And now that it's 60%, it's actually longer. So this is like 10 seconds. So I might have to cut off some of the footage and hit play. It's a little smoother. What do you think, guys?
So this is Premiere. 50 megapixel periscope zoom camera. The new sensor that we've got is a 50 megapixel ultra-wide camera. Now, this gives you more detail compared to the
I'm not.
However, you do lose dynamic range.
Tajay, I'm not hearing you. Your thing is unmute. Whew, yeah, that's a bit loud, guy. What you were saying, Tajay, you need to mute your thing.
So I'm just asking if this is Premiere.
No, this is DaVinci.
Oh,
Because
yes, sir, a little bit
DaVinci,
smoother.
it look a little better when you slow it down. But if you slow it too slow, it going to look choppy. All right.
Yes,
now, let me give you an idea. Now, let's see the footage that I collected a couple days ago, which is oh, come on, where is it? Here? Yeah, here we go. Let's try this one. Yeah. This was the bad one because it's lean. I think I took this again. Try this one. No, this is the rise up. The rise up is pretty simple. I think you guys can get that pretty good. Right. Yeah, let's use this one. All right. Now, this one is with a more modern phone that has stabilization. It's already kind of smooth. It's already kind of smooth. So I'm going to cut it here and here. Remember, you only need like about 5 seconds. So you don't need that much. Maybe this one should be longer. Yeah, maybe like that. In this case, the subject was the veranda here, but I think your subject should stay in the frame. So it kind of went out of the frame there. All right. If I turn on stabilization for this, hit play. Yeah, DaVinci stabilization is, I don't know. I don't know, man. You just have to play around with it a little and see what works. It definitely does look a little smoother. All right. I'll do one more. What time is it? We're basically out of time. Premiere. For those of you that are using Premiere, so this is how you do it in DaVinci. So for example, if you want to use DaVinci, what you would do is put your clips together. You need to remove the audio. So I would right click and say turn off linked and say delete selected. Turn off links and say right click and say delete selected. So I would just be putting all of my clips here of the different camera views. Then I would go to export. By the way, guys, you can please put some music to it. Please don't get crazy with the music. Just choose something appropriate, right? So, I don't think you'd put like a Vibes Cartel. I'm just saying, just put some environmental, calm, soothing music, okay? Please. Yes, there are people that have put Vibes Cartel to this assignment in the past. So I'm just saying.
I'm out.
All right, and then you go all the way. You don't need to go to each one of these. You go all the way to the rocket ship, which is the render, and you choose your file name. Call this test, and down the bottom, add to render queue, and you will see. I'm going to save it to my desktop. Here it's over here. Click render. And that's it. It's now rendered. If I go to my desktop, test, this is it. And it goes to this one. So this is what I was saying. If you have a modern phone, Now, I'm not going to be judging primarily on smoothness, so please don't get caught up in that. The main thing I'm grading is, did you actually do a push in and it is a push in? Did you actually do a parallax and it is a parallax? It's not really about the smoothness because it's not about who has the better device. All right, now I want to challenge you to do one more thing, guys. I want you to label each one of the views. in you can research that on your own. It's real simple. You need to go back to the edit here, and you would need to add a text effect. You can just go to effects and go to titles, and then see the title here. You just drag it onto your video, preferably on another layer. I totally forgot. You need to add, oh, right, just add it on top. It's down. Right, so there you go. So I will label this parallax video. There you go. And now that you play it, it will be right there. So it's pretty straightforward. So as I said, you can use DaVinci to do all of this assignment if you want, or if you want to just render out a clip and carry it in one that you're more comfortable with, you can do the same. All right, now I know that I am in overtime, so I'm gonna move super quickly. For those of you who use Premiere, I usually just show both. Call this test folder, and we call this, I'll just leave it untitled and choose create. It's coming up, it's loaded. I think, yes, it's loaded. All right, are you guys understanding? Do you have a feel of what to do for this assignment, guys? Is anybody here? Have I left anybody here in the dust?
Sir.
Yeah?
I'm seeing on the sheet that you said we can use a single room, right?
Yes, if I'm recommending exterior, but you can use interior as well. Sometimes interior is a little tricky with parallax. You know, you have to find a vase or something. You know, when you're outside, you have more room, but it's not limited to outside. You can do it inside, as you saw in the video earlier, where the person did a parallax around the railing. You can do that as well. All right.
Okay, I did an exterior, but it's
right,
not gonna work out.
Yeah, no problem. All right, guys. So this is Premiere Pro, and as I said, not a tutorial on Premiere. So I'm going to drag the same footage if I can find it. Which one did I use? Yeah, let's use this one. I'm going to just drag it directly on the timeline like that. So remember this footage, guys. So now I'm using Premiere. I'm going to get rid of the audio. I don't need that. I'm going to shorten the clip. So I'm going to hit play. It's a little long. Let's start it from here. Yeah. There we go. All right. So in Premiere, to do this, you're going to make sure that you turn on the effects panel. Here it is over here. And in effects, just in the search panel, just look for type stabilization, type stable. And it's called warp stabilizer. You're going to drag it onto your clip, release, and it says analyzing in background, and that's it. Now hit play. Whoa! That works way better. What do you guys think?
Yes, sir. All right.
Night and day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think Premiere's stabilizer is definitely better. This is Premiere 2024. Maybe I was using DaVinci 18. Maybe them change it in 19. I don't know. But yeah, from the looks of it, it's definitely better. Let's try it one more time in Premiere. Where was the other footage that I used? Was it this one? This one. I'm searching for it, guys. Give me one sec. Come on. Yeah, there's a lot of footage here. Is it this one? Yes, found it. All right, here we go. All right. So here we go. Remember this one that we had here? Let's make this a little bigger. So again, I'm gonna cut it down to this bit. All right. Now I'm gonna do the same thing again. Just drag the warp stabilizer onto the footage. Release. Stabilizing, and bam. Let's see what it gives us. Whoa. What do you think, guys?
Much better, sir. Much better.
Yeah. So Premiere definitely does a better job. Yeah, for real. Looking really good. All right. All right. So again, you're going to use the text option as well. If I click the T right here, I can just label this push in. And I'll just do the same for here. I'll use T and put it here. And label this parallax. And I'll just align that like that. And there you go. We have that. Then that. And then you will do like the rest of them. All right. With Premiere, the way that you render out your video, you go to File, you go to Export, you go to Media. You will see this, your window changes to this. You choose your file name, where you want it to go on the desktop, and then you just choose Export. There you go. And when you go to your desktop, here we go. That's this one. There you go. Sweet. It's like magic, guys. It's like magic. So again, if the footage was already smooth to begin with, then you're going to be getting double smooth. And remember, I didn't even slow down this footage. If I slow this down, it would get even smoother. All right, guys. So this is the final class on the physical camera. I'm going to save this recording. So just because I kind of went very quickly through Premiere and DaVinci. So if you want to go back through this video, or you can just watch a YouTube video, whichever one you choose. Let's go back to the assignment here. Remember, the objective, you need to give me each one of these in one single video. It must have a text labeling of each. And what I'm doing, I'm primarily grading you on, did you actually do the correct camera movements for each one of these? There is a grade for smoothness, but it is not a major grade. It's minor. So if you have the smoothest footage in the world and all of these are wrong, you will fail. Please make sure you get these right. All right. That's it for class today, guys. We are done. Any questions?
No, sir.
No, sir.
All right, guys. It was a full class today. I will see you on Monday.
Sir,
remember?
wait.
Yeah?
Can I speak to you after class, please?
Yeah, sure. All right. I will see you on Monday. Remember our deal. We'll have a short class on Monday, but you have to show. But we'll make it short and snappy because I know that you have a presentation after. All right, guys, that's our deal. I'll see you on Monday.
See ya.
All right, so take care.
All right, cool. No problem. Oh, my camera is gone. Once.
Yes,
All right.
sir.
What's up?
So, I noticed the assignment on the mirror board that you assigned individuals to.
Mm-hmm.
I wasn't there at that class, so I was not assigned.
Oh,
Just-
this is assignment 2.
Yes. So may I please be assigned to the?
Sure.
I think it's this one here with these houses and such.
Yeah, man. Give me 1 second. Right, Allison. All right, so I'll make a new sheet for you, and we're gonna pick 2 for you at random. And we'll give you a building. There you go.
Thank you very much.
Okay, good luck.
Wait, sir, one more question. You see the class assignment that we did last class? I didn't do a building. Is that okay?
You mean the class activity?
Yes, sir, that we did.
To take the photograph? You mean down
yes,
here?
sir.
Yeah,
Yes, sir.
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine.
I did a whole photo shoot.
That's
fine.
fine. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. That's fine.
Fabulous.
Right.
Okay.
It's the exercise that matters.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
Have a nice day.
All right. Ashley, what's up? Mm-hmm.
I would also like to be assigned a building, please.
Oh, you didn't get assigned one? No problem. So let's do one more here. All right, and you understand the assignment, right? You know what these symbols mean? You know how to get your question?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool.
Okay. Yeah.
Right. Just look at the handout on the website and you should be fine.
Thank you, sir.
All right, no problem. All right, so I believe that is it for today. I'll see you guys on Monday. All right.